everybody, it's the Band Show, and today we're talking to my friend, Sara Hickman. Say hi, Sara.
Hi, Sarah.
Woo, that joke never gets old. Now, Sara, we're here in your lovely house. This is so amazing. Thanks for inviting us over.
Van, I'm so glad you could skedaddle over to hang out with me today because we're going to have such a great time.
Heck yeah.
I love to go to the schools and the libraries. I love the new Austin Library and sing for kids.
Ooh, yeah.
You'll have to come sometime and do a show with me.
Is that an invitation? Oh my goodness.
You can be my partner, my duet partner.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, so we'll have to get together and jam.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Peanut butter and jam.
Maybe we can jam a little bit after we learn a little bit more about you.
Rock on! Yeah.
All right, now, Sara, you are a musician. By trade.
Yes.
Yes. And so how early did you start as a musician?
Well, that's a really good question.
Thank you.
I'm glad you asked that, Van. I started making music when I was about 6. I started on the piano, but my teacher looked like Marge Simpson from The Simpsons with the big blue hair, like this big. And we sat in a little concrete room, and she was a tough cookie. So I told my mom I didn't want to do that anymore. And so we went to the music store, and I saw these things on the wall, and those were guitars. And I picked a guitar, and I still have my first guitar. And so I was 6, and I've been playing guitar. I'm 54 years old now. My whole life, my guitar is my best friend, and I love it so much. So I've been playing my whole life.
Wow. And did you have anyone that encouraged you at a young age when you picked up the guitar to keep going with it and to teach you a little bit?
Yeah, back then we didn't have the internet. Back then, we used to play records, vinyl records, and I'd listen to the radio, and I would imitate what I heard. And but I also had guitar teachers, and they were very encouraging. And then also in school, I had a teacher named Mrs. Bonner, and she helped me get my first jobs. I went to play for weddings and bank openings, and I played in a psychiatric unit for teenagers.
Wow.
And I just learned so much through her. And I even had a job at 14 singing for the Houston Oilers. They used to be the big football team.
Whoa.
So I was the smallest, only girl there. My mom sat outside in the car and waited for me. And I went into this party with all these football players, and I walked around singing songs, la 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 la, playing my guitar. And then I got paid at the end of the evening, and I just felt like a movie star.
I bet.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Wow. and Mrs. Bonner, she was a music teacher at your school?
Yes, and she still is. She teaches at the High School for Performing and Visual Arts in Houston.
Wow, I hope you're watching, Miss Bonner.
I hope Miss Bonner's watching too. She's one of my favorite people of all time. She's very dedicated. She believes in her students, and she makes you believe in yourself. And that's the sign of a good teacher. So kids, if you have a teacher who pulls you aside and says, I see that you're not maybe doing so well here, and I really care about you. I want you to try this. That's a teacher that cares about you and wants the best for you. Or maybe it's a teacher that celebrates you, not just because you make straight A's or because you're making good grades, but because you're you. Everybody wants you to be you, the best you can be. And those are the people you want in your life. You want a team of people that believe in you.
That's right. All right, you heard it here first, folks. Now, let's see. Oh, so Sara.
Yeah.
What are you up to right now?
Besides talking to you?
Well, yeah, I mean, career-wise or life-wise.
Well, I'm very excited to tell you, I made music all my life. I had a dream of being on a major label, and I was on several major labels.
Ooh.
And traveled the world and played The Tonight Show twice and played Carnegie Hall because I practiced. And then this year, I decided to retire. So in March, right after my 54th birthday, I retired, and both of my daughters are now coming up with their own endeavors, so I'm supporting them. That's what I'm very excited about right now, Van, is I get to pass on whatever knowledge I have accumulated and share it with my kids because I want them to have an exciting life too.
Very cool. And are your children musicians as well?
Yes, our oldest daughter, Lily Blessing, is a musician, and she's making her second CD. She's 21 years old.
Wow.
Yes, and she's very talented. She writes all her own songs, and she arranges them, and she has a very strong identity of what she likes to do. And then our youngest daughter, Io, which is short for Iolana, she is
a pretty name.
It is it's Hawaiian.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it means heavenly bird or one who soars. And she is a fashion designer. She comes up with her own concepts and draws them out in books. And then she sews these outfits. And then she's about to have her 4th fashion show.
Very cool.
Yes, it's very cool. So
That's excellent.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting to watch people you love have success. Big bird, little bird, pecking at the ground. Big bird, little bird, no one else around. Big bird took the little bird's bread. This is what the little bird said. Big bird, just 'cause you're bigger than me, and there's no one else around to see, doesn't mean that you can take my bread. That is what the little bird said. Big bird, little bird, pecking at the ground. Big bird, little bird, no one else around.
That was a beautiful song. I love it.
Yes, and
Wow.
it's got a lesson. You know, don't take other people's stuff, man.
And you just made that up driving in the car?
Yes, and it just came out like that. Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, where the watermelons grow.
Back to my home, I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say,
did you ever see
a whale?
a whale? I think I can get this one. Did you ever see a whale who was telling a tall tale? Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, back to my home.
I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say.
Okay, make it really hard.
Okay.
Did you ever see a
Platypus.
platypus who was making some schmatter-schmush?
Perfect.
One of my favorite dishes.
Down by the bay.
Yeah, can you give me a high five?
Hot dog.
Right,
Yeah.
come on. That was
All
great.
right. That was awesome. Well, thank you for this wonderful interview, and thanks for inviting us to your home.
I am so happy I got to be here today, and Van, it's just, it's a treasure to know you, and I'm so excited I got to be here today, and I look forward to seeing you at the library.
Goodbye.